Join me in making this adorable holiday rug, either with the kit and this video, or join me in class. This kit is part of our brand new canvas selection. We've brought in some really lovely heavyweight fabrics, including UV resistant and water resistant options, perfect for rugs and home projects. You can check out the weight and texture of those samples here in store, and there are so many cute ones that I have and that we can order online for you to choose from. But as part of that line, they released these amazing holiday rug kits. We're going to be making a few throughout the year, but of course I had to start with this cozy Christmas one. This design is called Gift Wrapped. Now, y'all know I like to go the extra mile to make our classes special, so instead of just handing you the yardage, I've pre-cut every single piece in this kit for you. Even better, I've pre-fused one under to each one, so there's no tracing, no prep work, no cutting. You just open your kit and jump straight to the fun part, making your rug. The first thing that you'll see me doing is laying out all my little gift wrap packages. Since every piece has already got their fusible backing on it, all I have to do is place them where I want them and press them down. Now, I definitely took a few shortcuts getting this one done in time to show y'all, but we'll be doing it properly in store. The kit instructions say to lay out the boxes first, stitch, then the lids, stitch, then the ribbons, and so on. But you can see I just fused everything down at once and sewed carefully. We'll do it the right way in class. Now, once everything's where I like it, I start steaming them on place. The heat activates the glue on the under so that everything sticks beautifully and doesn't shift around when I'm sewing. And yes, I'm using the Oliso Tula pink iron. Seriously though, look how cute this thing is. Tell me it isn't straight up Lisa Frank vibes. Now, technically, this is where I should have stopped and where we will stop in class, because the next step is the illustrative thread work on these boxes. You're meant to stitch each layer of applique as you go. So first we'll sew all the boxes, and then all the ribbon, and then all the box lids, etc. But since I was trying to get this video out quickly and ready for y'all, I took a shortcut and decided to do everything at once. That way I could get the quilting done as I was doing the illustrative thread work and get the video out quicker to you to look at the final piece, which is so cute, by the way. I'm using Fusible Fleece batting. It keeps things easy and prevents any shifting while I sew. You can use whatever batting you like best. This kit doesn't include batting, mostly because everyone has their own favorite kind, and honestly, a lot of you probably have some at home. I wanted to leave that part up to you. I just love this stuff. It's got nice loft, it stays put, it's perfect for bag making, crafting, or like here, making an awesome floor mat that I don't have to put a million pins in just to sew. Okay, speaking of sewing, it's time! Yay! So this project uses what's called the illustrative thread technique. That just means you're going to stitch a few passes of straight stitching around each shape to create a sketchy, imperfect outline. And it is so cute. In their sample, they used black thread for the outlines, and it really does look like a hand-drawn sketch. But since this is a Christmas rug, y'all know I had to take it up a notch. I pulled out some of my favorite metallic threads, golds and silvers, and even a little bit of red. Well, purple. Plus some solids to balance it out. I wanted that shimmer in every direction kind of sparkle. A few things that helped a lot with this step. I finally added the extension table. Why didn't I think of that first? Total game changer. I used Omni-Directional stitching. This is a feature on Husqvarna machines that lets you sew in 8 directions, even diagonally, with a reinforced straight stitch that really pops. It made maneuvering all those sharp corners on the boxes with this huge rug so much easier. Later, I mixed in a little bit of free motion stitching for the curved bows. You kind of have to, and it gives everything a really natural hand-drawn look. I also swapped to a titanium quilting needle. It's heavier duty, and it stays cooler, which keeps those metallic threads from snapping. Remember, titanium's a better heat sink than steel, so it's worth it for this kind of layered project, and especially when you're using metallic thread. Now, I was sewing through way more layers than you'll have to in class, batting and backing all at once, and I do not recommend that. Do your backing last. It'll look cleaner, but I just really wanted to get this one up for you quickly. All right, all my boxes are beautifully finished with that illustrative thread technique. Normally, this is the point where you'd add your batting and do a bit of quilting. But since I did all mine in one go, yeah, it's a giant mess back there. We're just not going to flip it over, okay? Honestly, this part was most nerve-wracking for me, and I really bent a needle on this project. I'm kind of proud of it, actually. You know I'm not a quilter, I'm a garment girly, so even quilting a little craft project like this had me nervous. But I threw that puppy into free motion mode and went for it. I really prefer the spring quilting foot over the floating one. It just gives me better tactile feedback and helps me feel the fabric and control my speed. I use silver thread so looks a bit like snow flurries dancing across the packages, and honestly, it was so much fun! I totally get it now. You quilters might be bringing me over to the dark side. I'm sewing on the Epic 97 today, and this machine has such a nice big throat space that moving this rug around was actually really easy, especially with the extension table. It's one of my favorite machines. If you've been curious about the Epic 97 or any of our machines really, you can come by and try them out here in the store. When you take a class with us, you can choose which machine you want to experiment with, and you can come by on Thursdays for Sip and Sew just to take a test drive. And yes, you can absolutely buy your machine right here with me when you fall in love with it. The silver thread turned out gorgeous, and just nobody looked too closely at my stitches, alright? Some of them are a little bit wild, but I had a blast, and that's what matters. Next, I made sure that my batting, backing, and top were all the same size. I started off with my awesome Metal Goose electric scissors, but come on, I'm the Serger queen. Of course I went straight to my Serger and let that blade do the trimming for me. This finishes the edge off while cutting off the excess so that all my layers are neatly stitched together. It makes adding the binding so much easier. Everything's already tidy and held in place. If you don't have a Serger, or if you're a little intimidated by them, come on in, take a couple classes with me, and I promise you will be obsessed. Seriously, my favorite machine. Speaking of finishing the project, all that's left is binding the edges. The kit comes with plenty of extra fabric, so you can cut your own 3-inch strips and bind the traditional way, but I was in a hurry, so I trimmed mine down to 1 3/4 inches to use with my Husqvarna quilt binder. This attachment works on most of our Husqvarna line, and it folds your binding perfectly around the edges you sew, giving you that professional bias look in one step. You can even add decorative stitches. I used bright red snowflakes for this one, and it turned out so cute. This thing is a total game changer. Normally you'd have to iron out all of your bindings, sew it on, flip it, top stitch it, maybe stitch in the ditch, but this tool does it all at once. It can look a little intimidating to set up, but once you try it, you'll never want to go back. If you want to come test it out, once again, come see me, and I will definitely get you hooked on this one. That's it. That's the gift wrapped rug. I'm so happy to have this one in the store. It turned out utterly adorable, and I would love to make it with you. If you'd like to sew along from home, you can stop in and grab one of our pre-cut kits. They are ready to go. But if you'd rather make it together, I have 2 class sessions coming up on the week of Thanksgiving. Tuesday, November 25th at 4, and Wednesday, November 26th at 10 a.m. So come on by, pick up your kit, or drop me a line and I'll mail you one, and sign up for class. I can't wait to have you, and you are going to have so much fun making this one. You can find everything that I used in this video, kits, classes, the machines I use, right here at the Ultimate Sewing Company in Conroe, or at your local Ultimate Sewing Gallery. I'm looking at you, Phoenix and Waco. Thanks for sewing with me, and happy holidays.